Hello, everyone, and good morning to the Open Mic Foundation. Thank you so much for joining. I am your host, Seshni Naidu. I just want to mention that we do have a bit of delay on my side of the broadcast today, so please bear with us. It seems like technology does not want to work with us this morning. So if you have any comments, I just want to say we are streaming live on three different areas. We have a YouTube channel and we're streaming live there. We have the Open Mic Foundation page, which most of you are streaming from and joining us on. And we also have a private group, which is the Open Mic Foundation, which is on Facebook as well. So welcome everyone. For those that are joining us, please subscribe to our page, share it as far and wide as that you can go. And let's see how we're gonna get the storyteller on the show today. What an inspiring lady. I've known Annemarie for, it's been a good, 18 months, I think close to 2 years. And just so that you know, we have the exhibition that's coming up in September. And Annemarie is actually one of the storytellers as well. So I'm really, really looking forward for her sharing her story today. But more especially, join us at the exhibition where she will be one of the storytellers, and there will be art that has been created from her story that will be exhibited on the day of the exhibition as well. It's the second exhibition that the Open Mic Foundation is hosting, and it's in Centurion in Irene. You will be able to get the tickets on our website. I will put those details, in the comments as we go along. And yes, the exhibition is about story and expression. So we use visual arts in terms of how do we express these stories. So please join us. At the last event, we had just over 100 people. It was quite a phenomenal event and such an impact to people's stories and what they share. So before I continue, let me just bring our storyteller live. And good morning, Annemarie. How you doing?
Morning, morning, Shishni. I'm so well. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for the invite. I even brought my grease flag just to make sure that you know where I have been.
Ah, look at you. Look at you. I just want to say I have a cup of coffee. It is so early and I'm still waking up, everyone. South Africans, you'll know me very well. I need my coffee in the morning, so please. So everyone have cup of coffee, some tea. If that's what wakes you up in the morning, please do so and join us for the great cup of coffee and some really great stories. Annemarie, when you told me you were going, I was so you made my heart melt because you did tell me this was your first trip that you've ever done, being abroad, and it is a phenomenal experience when it's your first time, right? Your first is always the most memorable times. So I want you to, start. We have a lot of people on. So for those that are joining, thank you so much. I'm already seeing some comments in the show. Guys, just remember something as well. And good morning to you too. Whoever is calling us queens, good morning to you, beautiful. I think as
Yes.
well, if if you don't put your names in, when you put comments on Facebook, I won't be able to see it, right? Unless go in because the software doesn't allow us. So please share your comments, have some questions for Annemarie. If there's something that comes up. Oh, look at you. You got another fan that's here, Annemarie. Go mom. I mean, who else would cheer you on the most than the
Yeah.
kids, right?
I
Good
made
morning.
them watch.
Sorry, Annemarie, go ahead.
I said I made them. I threatened them. They have to watch. They have to support me this morning.
Oh, yes, mom rules. Mom has control. All right, Annemarie, let's kick off.
Okay. I have to start not at the hike, but I have to start at the beginning. Um,
Mhm.
how it happened that I started walking, and how God prepared me for this whole um, hike. And I'm someone getting emotional, and it's such a beautiful story for
Oh,
me. So what happened is I hiked when in the 20s we hiked, but then life happened and I stopped hiking. But I always wanted to start again, to hike again. But then I always had the excuse that I don't have shoes. I don't have hiking shoes, and I don't have money to buy the expensive ones. So I didn't hike. So my brother passed away, and my sister-in-law Marilee gave me his shoes, his tackies, and then I had no excuse. So that got me walking. So that was last year. We started hiking, and I hiked. During the week, on Saturdays, I did hikings with my kids and with friends. We did trails. So I just hiked, and I just fell in love with it. I could not stop. It was so exhilarating to be out in nature and just to breathe the air, and I just loved it. Um, so in this hike, I also had a bit of we're on an eating plan. So while I'm hiking last year, I'm losing weight, and I'm just feeling so healthy. So in January this year, and my dream has always been to go overseas. I even have a wall in my house full of maps to remind me that I have to travel. But I never had the opportunity. And again, the excuse, I've got no money, I don't want to do it alone, blah, blah, blah. So at January this year, I think it was on the 6th of January, I woke up and I just knew I had to walk 8,000 steps for the next 40 days. So I told my kids
8,000.
I'm walking out 8,000 steps for the next 40 days. Yes, 8,000.
Okay.
So I didn't. Yeah. So I don't know why. I just know God told me I need to walk 8,000 steps. So I started walking 8,000 steps, and Jock became my son. Jock became my accountability partner. So every day I had to send my steps to him, that I make sure I did the 8,000 steps. But then 8,000, I did it easily. So then I moved it up to 11,000. So then I started walking 11,000 steps, not knowing that this was in preparation for my hike, for my Greece hike. I didn't know that. So then I was walking at 11,000 steps. In the meantime, my foot became very sore. So I had to buy new hiking shoes that supported my foot. So I did that. And I put my hiking shoes on. I went to work with my shoes. I thought I was crazy because I was walking around the building every hour. I got up and walked around the building to make sure that I've got the 11,000 steps at the end of the day. So, and everybody's asking me, why are you doing it? And I said, I don't know. I just know I have to do it. I have to walk. And about I think it was about day 30, I got a phone call from Trudy. Trudy was in school with me. It's a friend from school, and we connected again. We were in school for 40 years. Can you believe it? We were
40 years.
tripled in
Wow.
1980. It's already 42 years. So we had a reunion, and she and I connected again, and we realized we stayed close to each other. She's in Lynn, I'm in Allen's Neck. So we also started hiking together. So Trick called me, I think it was in February. I'm not sure exactly what day. And she asked me, do I want to go to Greece? And I'm like, yes, I want to go to Greece, but I don't have money. I want to go anywhere if I can just travel. And she says, don't worry about the money. I've booked a tour to Greece that they've already booked before COVID, and then I couldn't go on because of COVID 2 years in a row. And she said, my son is getting married in that time that the hike is happening. Would you like to go in my place? And for free. So she gave me the tour. Can you believe that? I'm still flabbergasted by the thought that somebody would give me a 14 days holiday for free.
You
So then,
know,
of
you
course, I
know,
said yes.
you know what, Annemarie, hey, of recent as well, there's a lot of kind people in this world.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
that shows so much of kindness to another human being. And we
Yeah.
underestimate how much of kindness is actually out there. Um,
Yeah.
it's not just, giving something physical to someone that has met so much, but it's also about kindness of being present in the space that you are with me today,
Yeah.
right? The listeners that's taking out their time this morning, having some great cup of coffee. Sue, I hear you. I'm there with you. There's so much of people this morning that's showing so much of love, to
Yeah.
you. And it's those small little bits of kindness, that people show to each other that we don't recognize.
Yeah.
We really don't. We want to see big things, but it's those small little
Yeah.
things that gives us more warmth and kindness and so much more. And Anna-Marie, you're the kindest soul that I know. You're one of them.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I mean, look at here. I mean, I don't even have to say that, right? The people that are watching today, you've shown so much of kindness to so many people. So sometimes, when someone has given you, I mean, your friend for 42 years have given you a trip to Greece. It doesn't surprise me.
Mhm.
It doesn't surprise me one bit. Are you holding those tears in? I can see
Thank you,
that.
Shanice.
I
Yeah.
can see that. And you can see the beautiful comments that's coming from everybody. I mean, I don't have to, I mean, I don't even have to
Yeah.
say anything. Guys, you are just taking over the show. I mean, you guys can, you do your thing there, right? All right, Anna-Marie.
I guess, yeah. Thanks. Thank you for that, Shish, and everybody's comments. I'm really so touched by it. So then I knew that is why I had to walk 11,000 steps a day for 40 days. So then I got hiking boots and I even walked more. So I tried going to the gym because Jock, my accountability partner, was saying you have to go to the gym and do this and this and this exercises. I was in the gym very regularly and I exercised like crazy, thinking that this is going to be easy. I can do it. The best thing that I got with preparing for the tour for the hike is this hiking poles. Anybody who is going to attempt hiking have to buy hiking poles because this is the best thing. This saved me in Greece, and I got the black diamond ones. This is also another story because I had other ones that didn't that couldn't take my weight. I'm not I'm very visible. So
Mhm.
and going down steps, those the other poles, they shorten when I actually lean on them. So it was such a difficult thing to find the right poles for my weight. But eventually, Jock helped me, Marianne, my sister, Maggie, all contributed, and we found the wonderful poles. So well done to Black Diamond for these poles. I had to give them a punt this morning. And then finally the day arrived. So I packed my bags, and on the Sunday before I had to leave, my daughter was saying she's got an exhibition and I need to come with her. And not knowing that there's a surprise in store for me. So I thought I'm just going to support her. And we got to Alice Art Gallery, and yeah, a lot of my friends were, and just supporting, encouraging me, and just loving me, and just sending me off with 5,000 Rand. Can you believe it? I have to show you this. This 5,000 Rand for spending money and a beautiful handmade diary with beautiful letters that got me crying a lot of days. I must tell you, if I read this, I just cry. What a wonderful gift to send me off. My mind was blown by that, by just the love that you
You
were
are
shown.
you are truly blessed to have a lot of people in your life
I
that
know.
that that
I
truly
am
loves
very
you,
blessed.
right?
Yeah, no, definitely. So then my bags are packed. I'm ready to go, and we're at the airport. And when we booked in, when it was my turn to book in, the lady said, "Okay, hang on a minute. We have to phone Home Affairs." So on the screen, she showed me there was this big red thing that says, "Phone Home Affairs immediately." So she said, "You can't book me in. There's an issue." And I was so shocked because I've never traveled. It's my first time that I have a passport, and I've never done anything wrong. So I just wanted to go lie down on the floor and cry. I thought, I cannot be stopped now. God has brought me this far. I cannot be stopped. So then I had to stand aside. Everybody else booked in. I'm waiting. So eventually, I think it was about 20 minutes, but 20 minutes felt like 20 hours for me. That she came back and said, "Okay, no, it's sorted." But no explanation. Just, okay, it's sorted. So I was extremely relieved that I could fly, that I could actually go through, and off we went. So the flight was also for me, everything was an adventure because I have never flown so far, never flown alone. So I was already, there was we were a group of 24, a beautiful people of 24 people, and I was alone. Although I know some of them, I've met them, but I was still alone. You know what I mean? I was not with somebody. I wasn't with somebody, but that was okay. I could do it. Yeah, Liska was there.
Yeah, so we do have
Liska,
someone
thank you,
that joined
Liska.
you, on your trip that you were.
uh,
Iska, thank you so much for
thank you,
joining
Liska.
and also
Yeah.
coming on and sharing
So
that, your trip as well. So thank you so much for coming
yeah.
together today this morning.
Yeah. So then we arrived in Athens, and the first night, because of my history of verbal abuse and my history with men, with my husband,
Mhm.
I'm very judgmental towards men. And I thought I've dealt with it. I'm trying to not be. But
Trust
then,
me, this is not because of what you said. You so judgmental on me. It's not on you, but I'm actually laughing because you're not the only one that has this judgment against men, right? And I think through women's experiences, you're not the only one that feels that way. Let me just say
yeah,
that.
and thanks. Yeah, so then at the airport, we were trying to book in, we were running around between gates. Then they changed the gates. And this guy, this one of the men on the tour, I thought he was trying to control our group and to say, "No, we have to go do this, we have to go do this." He doesn't listen to the tour leader, he does his own thing. So already I thought, oh, no, this is a troublemaker. I actually said to somebody, "This is a troublemaker. I can sort of see him." So it happens that our first dinner together in Athens, myself and Renal was my roommate. We arrived last at the dinner, and here there was a place open next to this guy. And I just said to her, "Listen, I'm not sitting next to him. I'm not going there." So I already had this no go zone. So eventually we had to sit there, but she sat next to him, and I was just like, "I don't want to be next to this guy." And it was so wrong. I just realized later on, I actually had to apologize to him. Actually, later on, I got to know him and I actually said to him, "Listen, I'm so sorry, but I judged you." And he says, "No, don't worry. He's actually just like I described him." Because I said to him, "I thought you this and this." And he said, "But I was like that. I am like that. You were right." But I had to apologize and say, "I'm sorry about my behavior." um, but then, okay, from Athens, we went. Oh, the other thing is the first night when I opened my suitcase, I couldn't close it again because Trudy and so many people told me to pack light. I knew I had lots of advice, but I didn't follow them precisely. So the first night I opened my bag and it just closed and all over the place, and I couldn't close my bag the next day. It was and throughout the whole tour, it was just struggled to get everything back in my bag, to close my bag. Liska was actually such a fun, wonderful example because she had this small little bag. She was the best in packing her bag. So I'm following her example next time. But so we went from Athens, we went to Syros with the ferry, which was also such an adventure for me to be on a boat on the sea. It was so beautiful. The sea, the colors of the sea just stole my heart. The best thing of Greece, I think, is the colors of the sea. You can't describe it. You can't actually capture it in a picture. It is greens and turquoises and blue and white. It is just the most beautiful that the sea was. So we went from Athens to Syros, and we started the first day we started our hike walking out of Syros town. And to get out of Syros town, oh, let me just say this. They did say to me, Annelies, our tour leader just did say there's a lot of stairs. So you have to be stair fit. So I thought if I do those stair thing at gym and I do a few hikes with uphills and stuff, I'll be fine. But then the first day, we walked out of Syros, we walked about, and I kid you not, about 600 stairs just to get out of town. And I was
600.
thinking, I am not 600 to get the whole Greece is just stairs. Greece is made out of stairs. There's stairs everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's stairs. Even in the mountains, we climb stairs up
Oh
and
no, me
down.
and stairs are not
There's
friends. Me and stairs are not friends. No.
I thought so too. I thought so too for myself. But you'll get, I've learned, and I actually can do stairs. But so the first thing we have to get out of town with hundreds and hundreds of stairs. And I'm just thinking, what are you doing here? You're not going to make it. But you know what? How wonderful it was. The tour, the people on the tour, my fellow hikers, just encouraged me. They waited for me. They celebrated when I got to the top of wherever we was going. They were just celebrating with me. And I was just, every time I got on top, I was victorious. I said, yes, I've made it. And I had so much encouragement. Everybody cheered me on. I just felt so overwhelmed. I went to Greece actually with the idea that I have to be kind to people. I have to make a difference. Sorry, I have to make a difference in somebody's life. But I'm not sure why I'm crying now. But
It's
they made such
okay.
a my life every day. They touched my heart and they'd made a difference in my life. Just I didn't have to do anything. People were just kind to me, just encouraging me, just sharing my victory. I cried a lot every day. Some stage during the hike, I cried. I cried because I was so thankful to be there. Just so thankful I can do it. Just thankful to see this beauty around me. To experience a different culture. Just thankful for this gift that I received and the way God prepared me. So I cried a lot. But yeah, and all the stairs from the first day we had to, in the end, I think we climbed about, and Liska will back me there, I think it was about 10,000 stairs that we climbed
Oh
in those
wow.
14 days.
You
But
are
I did
brave.
it.
You are
I
brave. That
did
is a
it.
lot of stress.
But I would not have been able to do it. Sorry, I would not have been able to do it without hiking poles, that I can just say. And I did. I just walked my pace. And people, they just waited for me. They just celebrated me every time I got to where the group was waiting. It's like, wow, you're here, well done. Um, and then I had to write a test. Can you believe it? I have to write a test on the sixth day of the hike. I had to write a test because my lecturer said there's no way you can't have extension because you're going on holiday. You have to write a test. But even
So
in
you
that,
went on
people just
holiday and you wrote a test.
I did. I went along with my laptop. I had all my notes with me. I wrote this test. And even in that, the group just encouraged me and just kept on asking me, how are you doing? Are you okay? Good luck. It was just the most phenomenal thing that they just, from day one, just encouraged me in everything I did. So yes, I wrote my test, and on the Monday morning, 5 o'clock, I submitted my test. Then I was done with homework. Um, and so we walked every day. We challenging walks, but Marion, thank you, Marion.
Marianne,
So
I think
one day,
you're onto something there. I think that is her. Yeah.
so one day we had to walk far down. I think it was 2 k's down to a riverbed, and from there up to a ruin, an ancient ruin that they wanted to. We had to. That was our goal for the day to get there. But we went down to the riverbed, and it was quite a difficult hike. And I was thinking the whole time, how I'm gonna go, how will I get back up? You know, I'm gonna just drag the team. I'm gonna waste their time because I'm gonna be slow in walking up. And I decided I'm just gonna walk down to the riverbed, and then I'm gonna walk back on my own, so that they don't have to wait for me because I'm gonna struggle to get up again. And I went down, and we went. There was a little coast, so we went to the sea, and I came back, and I said, I think we were like four that waited for the group to come back and then walk back with them. So I said to the other ladies, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to walk up because I'm going to struggle to go up. And you know what? I walked up with no difficulty. I surprised myself that when I got to the top, I'm like, here I am, and I didn't struggle. And I just realized that I put some limitations on myself. I just underestimated myself. I was convinced I'm not going to be able to walk to go back again, and to
I
it
think
was
I think that Annemarie specifically has to got to do with your thoughts and some of the things that we experiences through our mind and
yeah,
what we tell ourselves, right? What we
yeah,
can't, what we shouldn't, what we wouldn't do, what we're
yes,
not able or capable of doing. Our mind
yeah,
plays those tricks on us because it brings out our greatest fears, right? Telling us that
yeah.
we can't conquer and we can't do, versus us
No, it's
doing
so
versus
true.
thinking, right? It's very different.
Mm.
True resilience.
Yeah, that's so true. So I walked up, and then wow, there I am at the top. And I was like, wow, and I celebrated by myself just to be there, I made it. And it was easy for me to get back up. Um, so I really learned, like you said, resilience. I learned a lot about myself, and I talked about that now, what I learned. But one of it is definitely resilience, to be able to, even if you think you are so exhausted, I cannot do one more step. I just put my head down, and I just take my sticks and I walked. I just did it. One day, I wanted to, every day, I tried to meet somebody on a hike. So sometimes we met some of the villagers that walked down to their little shops or in the fields, where we were. So I tried every day to meet somebody from Greece, one of the villagers, have a chat with them, take a photo with them, and just to experience them, the villagers. So one day I decided I'm not going to hike. We went on the island of Andros, and I decided I'm not going to hike today. I'm going to experience the village. So by myself, I took a hike out of the village, and I came back, and I stopped wherever I saw people. I stopped and I said to them, listen, I'm Annemarie, I'm from South Africa. I had a chat with them. There was one lady who was trying to um, renovate her flat, and we had such a good connection. I even did a prayer for her because she was so anxious about people, the fact that they're not going to be finished in time. So we did a prayer together. I met a little girl that she told me her school and her birthday. It was such a beautiful experience. I wanted somebody to take me on a motorbike, around the village, but no, there was nobody that wanted to give me a lift. So I asked everybody with a motorbike, and I was just like, no, 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 no lift, no lift. So that's one of the things I have to do is I have to learn to ride a motorbike. So when I go again overseas and there's a motorbike, I'm going to go just do a tour with a motorbike. So that's one of my goals that I set for myself. um, yeah, so we were on 4 islands. So we started off with Athens, and then we went to Syros, Tinos, Andros and Evia. That was our last island. And the islands are so beautiful. The island was so clean. You know, the air in Greece is so
Mm-hmm.
clean. And people live very close to earth. Very close to they harvest their veggies from the mountains and from their gardens. The food is fresh. Um, really, I was really the food is delicious. I learned to eat bread with olive oil. So that's one of my favorite things now is bread with olive oil. That is how the Greeks start their meal is with bread with
Yeah.
olive oil and a Greek
Yeah.
salad.
So
Delicious.
sometimes when they break bread with olive oil and just fresh bread, they also have fresh garlic and they have their
Yes.
herbs they fresh herbs that go
Yes.
in it as well,
Yeah.
and they make
Yeah.
up this little mixture as well. You have a
Mm.
request, Lizette.
Oh, tell us. Oh, yeah, the cheese. Oh my goodness. The best thing about Greece was their yogurt, the food, the yogurt, the bread, and the cheese. They have the most delicious cheeses, and every meal there was a cheese, a meal, something about with cheese. They would put this cheese in phyllo paste and bake it,
Mhm.
and then put honey over. And they call that a cheese pie. This is absolutely delicious. The cheese was just something out of another world, really. The cheese is fantastic. Um, yeah, I don't know. Is there any?
No,
So I
no
just yeah.
other.
So what I've learned about myself throughout this whole process is that I put limitations on myself, and that I limit myself. I've limited myself to enjoy life. Really, I'm living to the fullest, but I'm not really doing it because I limit myself. I put limitations by thinking I'm not able to do things, by thinking I'm not able to go on holiday because I don't have money, or I can't go alone, or I can't do things. And while I'm thinking about what I'm going to say today, I just realized I'm doing it again because I'm studying the statistics research part of my studies, but there's also stats in it, and I've convinced myself I can't do it. I can't do the stats, but I realized yesterday I put that limitation on myself. I can do it. I must just open my
So
mind and say I can do it.
yeah, so there's so much I can speak about that because I've actually started teaching a lot of practices right now through Just Be Studios, right? And it's so true. We don't realize what the mind actually does, right? So let
Yeah.
me give you a little bit of insight. Let me tease you with some thoughts quickly, right? And we have a lot of listeners, so I'm thinking they're gonna love what I'm gonna share with them right now, right? So Annemarie, hone on some of your thinking, right? Where are your thoughts going? Are your thoughts going to your past, which brings up the fears and anxieties? Do you think more of the past? Do you think more about the present? Or do you think more about the future?
I don't think about my past, but I think in my unconsciousness, my past is
Yes.
very present. I think
Okay.
about my future a lot.
Okay.
I
All
also
right.
think about my present because I'm trying to live in the present, but also thinking about my future, but my past. And I've realized that again, that my past is still there. I still need to work on
Okay.
it and get rid
So
of.
here's the thing, right? A past Your past is about having acceptance of your past, right? Truly understanding that person from the past is not here today, but has transformed into a different being, right? The reason why we live in the future, remember, we can't control the future. What we can do is live in the present moment that influence and
Mm.
creates our future. And guess what? We are only guaranteed the present moment.
Yeah. That's so true.
And we have to live
Very
in the
true.
present moment. And to
Yeah.
order to live in the present moment, you have to be able to know that you are only guaranteed the here and the now. Because the future is not guaranteed. Although the actions, experiences, choices, and decisions you make today in this present moment leads you to the future that you so desire.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
So
so
that,
true. Thank you, Sri, to remind me again of that. That is very
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah. So I've also learned that it's okay to do things alone. Because sometimes we think, oh, we do things alone because I'm alone and, blah, blah, blah. So it's okay to do things alone. I'm able to do it. And it was such a beautiful experience to be there alone. I loved it. Um, yeah, so one thing that I learned also, it's okay to ask, to allow people to help you. So one day we had to we had to climb over a wall. And if you look at me, I can't climb over walls. I thought I can't climb over walls. So but there's Louise was behind me and we got to the wall and everybody just like so easy for them to get over the wall. And I'm saying, I'm not sure I'm gonna go over this wall. And usually if I were with my kids or with other people, I would say, leave me alone, I'll do it on my time. You go ahead, I'll climb over this wall by myself. But that day, Louise said, "No, you're going to get over this wall. I'm going to help you." So she just said, "Sit here, do this." Within 2 seconds, I'm over the wall. I don't know how I got over the wall. Louise just, it felt to me, actually just picked me up and she put me over the wall. It was such, and I just realized I allowed her to help me to do that. Usually I would try and do it on my own. I would struggle, and that was such so freeing for me to know that that was okay. Somebody helped me, and it's perfectly okay. And then one of the other days, and this was a very big test for me. I had to allow a man, Gavin, to help me over a river. There was a stream that we had to go over to get to the other side to have a picnic. So now he was standing this side and guiding us how to get over. But I had to rely on him 100%, on him and our guide Carolos, to get me to the other side. And I'm just
You know what
thinking,
it's
I rather do
you know what it sounds like? You had to trust.
it. Yes, that's exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was exactly the thing. I had to trust a man, an unfamiliar man, to get me where I had to go. So I was just closing my eyes and I'm saying, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to rely on them and they're going to help me. So easy, just fix, and I'm over on the other side. But then immediately I start thinking, I have to go back again. So now I'm going to eat my picnic, finish, and then I'm going to take off all my shoes and I'm going to wade through the river to get to the other side because who's going to help me now to get again to the other side? And then he saw me doing that and he's like, what are you doing? And I said, I want to get to the other side before you leave because I don't hold people up. And then I'll start walking back, when I'm on the other side. He says, no, come, let me help you. And again, I had to put your shoes back on. Again, I had to rely on him to get me to the other side. And he doesn't even realize what he did for me there because that was such a victory for me to trust this man to get me to this side and to the other side again. And it was okay. It was okay to ask him. It was okay to allow him to help me. So that was really a victory for me that I could do that. That I put my trust 100% in him. And my friends would know that I don't trust men easily. So this was really for me a fantastic victory. God has broken so many chains over this 14 days that I've put myself into that I didn't realize I still had. I thought I'm going to make a difference in somebody else's life, but the difference was in my life. I really came back and I really changed. I really had so many things that I dealt with that I just left in Greece. And I'm just so excited for my future. Immediately I need to go somewhere else again. So I'm not sure where, but the travel back has hit me now. So I need to go.
Can
Um,
I suggest something for you?
yes,
Have you heard of the Cape Camino?
yes.
Okay. I've done the Cape Camino.
Oh,
And you don't have to do it all in once, right? You can break up a Cape Camino, whether you want to do it 3 days, 4 days, 1 week. They have many different packages that you can actually break it up, right? So you don't have to do the full on experiences. And with the Cape Camino as well, they have different areas. They have the peninsula, they have the community, they have various different
mm,
ones. So whenever I need to connect and have a break, the Caminos help, right? And they arrange everything for you, your bags and everything. Gabriella, I will get you in touch with Gabriella. She's the founder of
yeah,
the,
please.
the Cape Caminos, and she knows me pretty well. So I'll send you her details and introduce you to her. She actually came on to open mic as well. She does some beautiful work.
Oh,
Yeah. So you'll enjoy the
oh, thank you,
Caminos.
she's
It's
but
really
definitely.
good. Yeah.
Yes, one of my on my bucket list is definitely the real Camino, but I will definitely start doing the Cape, by doing the Cape Camino. Yeah, that is definitely one of the things I would love to do. So I will definitely contact her, um, and we'll make a
You have
group.
a
Everybody's on
question.
with. Oh yes,
You say a jacket hanging on the wall, Annemarie. I'm not too sure.
hello, a jacket. I think no, I think you're the one with the this one here, this side, Halo. I'm not
I
sure.
don't, she's not
There's
mentioned
this
the
side.
side.
This side, the other side. There's crosses. That's not a jacket. It's a painting. This is in my bedroom. My bedroom is very full of things, so it might be a jacket, but I know it's not a jacket. It's a painting, or it's crosses and in a frame. Laila, you better come and visit to see what you're looking at. Okay, but one last thing I want to say is I was really, really so overwhelmed by. Remember the story of filling the jacket? No, hello, remind me again.
Hella, I think you
Filling the
need to go
jacket,
and
no.
visit. I think you need to go and visit
Yeah,
Annemarie. I think you're due for a visit, Hella.
I forgot. Yes, I forgot that. But one of the things I was really overwhelmed, and I'm thinking about it a lot by just the group's grace and their kindness and their encouragement for me. And I was always at the back because I was the slowest. I can't walk fast. I was the slowest. I was always late. Not late, but they already rested and had their snacks, and then I would come huffing and puffing. But even in that, our guide was Carolus. Carolus never made me feel they had to wait for me. He was always welcoming with a smile. People were always saying, "Well, Anne Marie, well done, you're here, you've arrived." And he would always come to me and say, "Are you okay? Can we continue?" That made me feel so special. And so it was so encouraging for me that I didn't think I was a burden because I was lost. They just loved me. They don't know me. They haven't, they've met me for the first time. They just loved me and just encouraged me and just uplifted me every day of this whole 15 days that I spent with them. I was really so blessed to be in that group. And on the other side, I had a WhatsApp group going where all my friends were also encouraging me every day and excited to hear what happened this day. And we shared photos and we shared comments, and they just encouraged me on the other side. So I had two groups encouraging me and cheering me on the whole day, and then also my kids were just encouraging me every day and say, "Well done, Mom." And it was just such a beautiful, uplifting experience for me.
Sorry, I just need to plug in quickly. Can you hear me, Annemarie?
Yeah, I can. The sun
Okay.
is not very bad.
I think something. Just give me 1 second, please, guys. Just hold for me a second.
I'm trying to get out of the sun here. Okay, this is better. This is
So,
better.
Annemarie, we're gonna wrap up because I know Annemarie is gonna have load shedding soon. So, as part of your next
Yeah,
trip,
at 10.
I would like to gift you something, right?
Oh,
Which I
wow.
don't know if you have, but I'm going to. This is, I'm just gonna see if you have this. It's like an easy
What is
travel.
that?
It's a power bank.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, thank
It's
you. She's.
okay, if you can see it, there we go. It's an easy travel
I can
power
see
bank,
it.
which every traveler needs, right? And because you're going to be
Yeah.
going into your next trip, I'm going to gift you that. I'm sure we're going to have coffee, and I'm going to give this to you just so that you have. Power bank is really helpful when you travel, especially when you
Yeah.
need, connections and things like that. So I'm going
Yeah.
to gift that to you. I
Oh,
think it will be great, and maybe we can do a Camino together. Like a Thursday to a
yes.
Sunday. I would love to. We can do that. I haven't been for one this year because I am traveling later in the year, but I can definitely make a trip. If we can see what we can do. How's
Yes.
that?
Yes, please. Yes, 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 please. Let's
100%.
do that. And thank you so much, Shares. I really appreciate that. That's a very thoughtful gift, which I definitely need.
Oh, you are most welcome. You're most welcome. Guys, I just want to say thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation today. Also, Anna Marie is part of the exhibition that's happening on the 3rd of September, and it's taking place in Irene Centurion. The exhibition is a story that she is going to be sharing. She is partnered up with an artist. The artist is a painter. Her name is Antonello. These two are creating an art piece together, and they're going to be sharing a story. I'm not too sure which story Anna Marie has chosen, but join us. And there's three artists that's going to be sharing their stories on that day, and Anna Marie being one of them. And all of these art piece and visual art piece will be exhibited, right? So
Yeah.
even if you're not into it, come and have some inspiring stories that will be told by the artist and by the storytellers, and have a look and to see, what it's like to be able to express your truth, to be authentic in what you do. These storytellers are really, showing some great work. I mean, Anna Marie's, your story today was so inspiring. And there's been so much of comments and love coming from everybody that's here as well. Anna Marie, any final words from yourself?
Yes, I would just say thank you everybody for tuning in to support me. I really appreciate your love and your kindness. I'm really touched by it. Um, the story that I will be sharing just on the exhibition is my life story. Um, Suan, I'm sorry, I'm looking at Suan's card. That
Oh,
says,
Suan. Okay, sorry, I distracted you. Suan,
but,
if I'm not mistaken, I think Suan
but
was at the
ladies
last
can
exhibition.
yeah, she was. Thank you,
Yes, I remember.
Sue.
I remember
Which
Suan.
is
Suan
true.
was at the last exhibition.
Yes. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
aspiring to be the tester of hiking poles for fat people for all the brands out there. So I'm just putting it out there and shoes. But I wanted to say that for the exhibition, we're gonna talk about my life story because my life story is not very beautiful. It's not a good story, but it's got a beautiful ending because here I am. I'm I'm whole and I'm happy and I'm just living life to the fullest and I'm just good and my kids are good. So that is what we're gonna try and talk about in and what Antonella will paint. that will be my life story with a beautiful ending.
Any final words for our listeners on the journey that you've been on?
Yes. Yes.
Something that would inspire them to do what you did, or take the plunge and to do
Yeah.
something different.
Yes. Stop limiting. Stop limiting yourself. We are courageous and we are brave enough, and especially for single women, we are brave enough to do whatever we put our heads to. You can go on holiday alone. You can do whatever you want to. You must stop limiting yourself. I'm 60, I'm studying for psychology, I'm changing my direction. um, and we can do it. Why do we put limitations on ourselves? So everybody, I want to just encourage you to stop limiting yourself and just give yourself, stop underestimating yourself, and just give yourself that freedom of, I can do anything that I put my head to, and I can succeed. That's the most important thing. You must know and you must believe that you can succeed in whatever you want to do. And we always say that to kids, but we never say that to older people, to adults.
True, right? We never take our own advice that we give our kids these
Yes.
days, right? We tend to
Yes.
think we know best and rather tell other people, but not be able to do it ourselves and
Yeah.
reflex against
Yeah, very
ourselves.
true.
Very, very true. I want to say thank you so much to our listeners. Grabbing a cup of coffee, sitting alongside us the Sunday, morning, taking the time off to listen. Annemarie, you and I are gonna do the Cape Camino. I think maybe we should do some live recordings and some live
Yes.
shows while we walk with them.
Oh,
How's that?
yeah. Yes. Yes.
Hey?
I'm in.
All right, fantastic guys. Wait for it. We'll let
And
you we'll let you guys know when we're gonna do it.
and Trudy must go with. So I'm already, Trudy, if you, I'm not sure whether you're on the group on today, but you have to go with.
Okay, guys, if anybody wants to join, you're more than welcome to send me a message or contact Anna Marie. Or we can make it a trip. The Cape Camino is really beautiful. It is not a strenuous walk. I think the most I've done in one day is about between 20 to 25 Ks per day, right? It is not strenuous at all. Anyone that has hiking boots or shoes comfortable, you guys can go. We can go as a group, absolutely. Shania says that we can go as a group.
Yes.
Yes, guys, I can arrange everything for us.
Yeah, yes.
I can arrange anything with the founder herself, right? I think the only thing that you're gonna need to do is get to Cape Town, and I'll be able to get us, something with. And guys, it's guys and women, right? Don't think that it's only women. Jock, you on? We can do this. Let's do this. And happy to do
Hey.
this. Yeah, I'm happy to do this, guys. So if anyone's interested, we can either do it like on a Friday to a Sunday, accommodation and transportation to every single place. So we don't stay at the same place twice. So when we start at one location, we walk. All the luggage is moved from one venue to the next venue, right? So we go to every time we walk each day, the venue changes and the accommodation changes. So they have different routes. We just need to pick which route we need to do. We also just need to know as well which side that we want to do as well. So there's multiple stuff. So Anna Marie, between you and I'm sure we can arrange something, whether it's this weekend, whether it's this year. Whenever you guys want to save up, we can put some costing together, and then we can share with you guys what we can do, or even we can do it early next year. But either way, it would work, and it's a beautiful place to go.
Oh, that's a
Warmer
date.
weather, please. Yes, warmer weather, please. Yes, we will do it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking either maybe in October or November. Just remember, December is way too hot. You can't walk in December, so you do need to be very mindful of when you are walking as well, because the weather plays a huge part because you are walking. So yeah, but we'll get everything together, guys. I'll send everything between Anna Marie and myself. I'll even post it onto the Open Mic Foundation group. We can do a whole weekend through, and I'll make all the arrangements with the founder. We will be good. We'll be good. All right, guys. Thank you so much for
Oh,
joining. I appreciate you guys all. Thank you guys for having a cup of coffee with me or a cup of tea this morning with Annemarie and myself. Annemarie, we're gonna get some coffee together. I need to give you your power bank. And that's a gift from the Open
Thank
Mic
you.
Foundation to you for always being such a good sport with us.
Oh, thank
All
you
right,
so much,
guys.
Shish, for this opportunity. I really appreciate it and I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you very much. Have a good
Thanks,
Sunday.
everyone. Oh, thank you so much,
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody.
Have a great day.
Bye.